3 miles west is the central unit of the Andrew Johnson National Historic Site, which includes the 17th President's small tailor shop, the home in which he lived from 1838 to 1851, a museum, and administrative offices. Other units are the homestead where Johnson lived from 1851 until his death in 1875, and the cemetery where he is buried. Johnson served his city, state, and his country as alderman, mayor, military governor, congressman, senator, vice president, and president. Here in Greenville, Tennessee, stands the home of America's most complicated president, 17th President Andrew Johnson. He rose from runaway to tailor to military governor to vice president to eventually president after Lincoln's assassination. But his story is far from simple, and Greenville, Tennessee holds the evidence. Let's dig in. Johnson was born in Raleigh, North Carolina, and apprenticed as a tailor, but as a teenager he ran away from that life. Here is a replica of his home in Raleigh, North Carolina. You can walk through and see what kind of things they have inside. This was part of a bigger property that was an inn back in those days. His mother and father both worked for that inn. In 1826, he arrived here in Greenville looking for a new beginning. This town is where he opened his tailor shop, married Eliza McCardle, and started the journey that would eventually take him to the White House. This is his original tailor shop. It is inside the visitor center. It still has many original tools and items that he had, including his workbench, candle molds, even his wood stove. I will stop on these signs for a minute so you can read them. If I move too quick, you can pause to read them if you want to. Johnson lived in two homes. His early home on Depot Street, shown here, reflects his life as a working class tailor and family man, but it holds a darker truth. Johnson bought slaves while living in Greenville, even as he built his political career. In 1863, during the Civil War, he freed his slaves, and a year later, as military governor of Tennessee, he issued proclamation freeing all slaves in the state, before emancipation was mandated nationwide. It was a step that adds both complexity and contradiction to his story. Later, he and his family moved to the larger homestead shown here, where he lived before and after his presidency. Walking its halls, you'll see both his rise to power and the weight of the choices he made. The visitor center does give free daily tours of the homestead if you would like to go walk through one day. Definitely check it out. It's definitely worth it. Inside the visitor center, Johnson's tailor shop is preserved, the very place where he worked before politics. From here, a man who once stitched coats and trousers would one day lead a nation through its most divided years. As president, Johnson clashed with Congress over Reconstruction, vetoed civil rights laws, and was impeached, the first president to face the trial. He survived removal by a single vote, but his legacy remains controversial. You know what, guys? Uh, Let me know down in the comments what you think about Andrew Johnson's impeachment. Was he guilty or not guilty? Should he have been removed? Should he have got to stay? What do you think about it? It's a really fascinating story. After leaving Washington, Johnson returned to Greenville and was buried here on a hill overlooking the town that shaped his life. From runaway apprentice in North Carolina to tailor in Greenville, Tennessee, to President of the United States, Andrew Johnson's story is one of ambition, controversy, and contradiction. And it all began right here in Greenville, Tennessee. Because these aren't just signs, they are the marks history made.